first question is, you mentioned, well, what did you think about that report?
Which report?
It was about the tripartisan PAC. You denied, I do want to ask you, tripartisan PAC paid your company, Blue Sky Media, $31,300. What services did you render for them?
Sure. Well, first of all, you've got to consider the source of the report. The Bakersfield, California is a failing news company who is the epitome of our local liberal media. You got to consider these are the same guys who endorsed Gavin Newsom. Okay, so number one, you got to consider the source. They're doing everything they can to sell the paper, even lie. I mean, it's 100% fake news.
Tripartisan PAC paid Blue Sky Media $31,300. What were the services used for?
Yeah, number one, $31,000 is just a drop in a bucket in a political campaign. I mean, there's so many different moving parts of a campaign. Tripartisan PAC contacted us, and they said they wanted us to provide some, awareness, and they wanted some viral media, and that's exactly what Blue Sky does, is we provide viral media, we raise awareness to issues, and we do a really good job at it, probably the best in the Central Valley, creating viral media.
Can you show me where that media is?
Yeah, sure. I can show you maybe off camera where some of the ads that we created, and show you we got thousands of views. We have lots of different things happening, events, things like that. Hundreds of hours of footage. I mean, we really did a good job for them.
Specifically for this $31,000 contribution?
Yeah, correct. It's about 4 months of work. So our team, which is a team of about 5 or 6 people, we did our job. We did a really good job of it, by the way, probably better than anyone else could do. And I can tell you that, the liberal rag is, all they're doing is just trying to sell papers. There's no story really, to be honest. Everything was reported perfect to the FPPC from our end.
Did your company have any part in making that attack ad against David Couch, saying David Couch is more Trump than Trump?
No, absolutely. And I even told the paper they just failed to disclose. I thought the ad was subpar. I thought it could have been maybe done better. Our company doesn't do that type of work. We don't do subpar work. We do top level work, the best work, and that is not what we do. So just like I told the paper, we had nothing to do with that. That was another vendor. I don't know who it was. I have nothing to do with making decisions for that PAC. We just simply quoted them a price, and we delivered our end of what they wanted, and that was essentially to raise awareness and to get people to go vote, and to raise awareness to local issues, and to push a purple message is specifically what they said when they hired us, to promote a purple message.
Right, and the ad said, the documents that we obtained suggest that you were paid to do just that. But all that it seems was produced was this attack ad. Can't you see how some might say you were the ones who created that attack ad?
Well, no, I can't see that. Again, the ad was subpar. My company doesn't do that type of work. If you look at our work is beautiful. It's top level work. We don't do, cheap shot, poor stuff. I mean, if you look, we do some IE work, which is political hit campaigns, kind of like we did for Maggard. He's a despicable guy, so we made a real nice jingle, put a cartoon together. That's the type of work we do when we do IE. We didn't do that. I actually even told the PAC that we don't do that work, if we have a conflict on that specific campaign. David Couch is actually a friend of mine, so we didn't do any IE work on David Couch whatsoever. Maggard, I can't say so much for it. We would gladly do lots of work against Maggard. We think he's terrible, so that's the difference. I'll tell you the truth on who I like and who I don't like, and I think Couch is a pretty good guy, to be honest.
I see. Now, I do want to ask as well, why is, you're closer with TCF Perez, correct?
Letitia is a very good friend, and like I said, I'm friends with a lot of people. I got a lot of friends, man. from the top to the bottom. So yeah, it's nothing out of the ordinary. We do a lot of work. We've been doing work for years in Bakersfield. We've done lots of campaigns. We're probably in our 15th campaign in the last couple of years, all around the state, the country, and all locally. So again, we're some of the best at what we do. Some of the things that Blue Sky Media does is we provide viral content. We use social media. We hire influencers, so really popular people in the county. We'll hire them to post and to go talk in public, and we're a PR media firm. That's what we do. And effectively, we delivered everything they asked us to deliver. And one of those things were not the couch ad. So I can confidently tell you that the local liberal rag is just lying to some paper.
Well, you mentioned you do create ads. What were some of the ads you created then? And
So some of the things that we did is we did vota.vote, VOTA.vote. That's a public awareness to raise the awareness that it's urgent to go vote. Some of the things that we do is we covered a lot for the police officers recently. We brought a lot of awareness to that. We brought awareness to different issues of, that have to do with cannabis, that have to do with redistricting. We did a lot of stuff, and we threw events. I mean, we had a big, giant a debate where we had young Republicans and young Democrats working together to throw one event. Essentially, that's the job, is to try to get young people together, Republicans and Democrats on both sides, and try to find common ground in the middle. And that's essentially what we were hired to do, and I think we delivered over the top, by the way. If you look at the local climate, we've got all-time voter registration. Some of the people that we worked with, some of the young Dems and the young Republicans, are still friends to this day. Just on a personal level, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? We've effectively combined a very liberal media with a very conservative media and kind of combined it into one platform with the same people going different places, kind of meeting in the middle in that purple area. And again, we did exactly what we were paid for. We did, I mean, over the top delivered. When it comes to the other stuff, I have no idea. We had nothing to do with it, and I think it was poorly done, to be honest. So.
$31,300 that was paid to you by this super PAC went to exactly what?
Goes to payroll at creating the media. We've got hundreds of hours of film and photography.
In which media? Which videos?
Blue Sky Media. So we have lots of social media outlets. We use Valley Voice. We use Currentcast. We have lots of different streams. We have local influencers, people who have over 2,000 friends will speak for us, and those people get paid. Lots of money goes to lots of places, and most of it's payroll and ad cost. Facebook, for instance, was a large sum of the money went to Facebook promotions. And we do ultra high-end targeting, so we hit those disproportionate areas where voter registration is low, people aren't active. So what we do is we raise awareness on issues, talking about how the cops need the community's help, how the politicians need to get their butts in gear, stuff like that. We bring awareness to it. That's exactly what we've done, and we've done it really well. If you don't know, everybody in town knows what's going on now. They know about the corruption in politics. They know how dirty Mike Maggart is, and how we need change here and need change there, and the police need more resources. We've done that. We brought all that out to light. So to say that our influencers and our media people didn't do their job is preposterous, and to come up with any kind of conspiracy that there was any mismanaging of money on my side, we run a very tight ship. Obviously, we're under a lot of scrutiny, so we run a very clean operation.
The California yesterday reported there's 3 businessmen, and 3 were quoted in the California, and 2 said that they were solicited by Supervisor Perez for what they thought would be going to get out the vote, bipartisan effort and ads to attract young politicians to what are bipartisan efforts.
That's exactly what we did, yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We've done that for 4 months. and we've done it really well. So I can say to those two businessmen, your money went to a really good cause. And we did raise thousands of people. I would say that because of our efforts, that law enforcement is going to get the help that they need, public safety is going to get the help that they need, and I believe that, that the community is aware of the problems in government. Because of the work and those donations, those men did a great justice for our county. And I can tell you, the other guy that was quoted, Rodriguez, hey, maybe he had something to do with that Trump ad. He was the other donor. I mean, you heard what he said. He liked it. He thought it was accurate. So, it's pretty easy to kind of put the pieces together, especially when you know that the source, the failing Bakersfield Californian, is the source of the conspiracy. In my opinion, they're going to do anything they can to pay the rent. They couldn't pay the rent downtown. They got a new building. So they got to sell papers. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things.
I do want to ask you, though. Those two men said that money that they spent went to that attack ad.
They think that because the Californian, the source, the failing Californian, that's what they lead them to believe. If you look at what they put on my quote, I gave them a nice 30-minute conversation explaining everything I'm explaining to you, and they failed to put it in. You know why they failed to put it in? Because they're fake news. That's our local liberal media, the same people that endorse Gavin Newsom. That's all you have to know is they endorse Gavin Newsom.
But let's stay on track for a moment.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you, those two men said that it went to that ad, and you say that your company made ads that did in fact go to what Supervisor Perez promised to go to.
1,000%.
So you will supply that video to us?
I'm going to show you when we're done with the interview. I'm going to show you some of the stuff we've made, and you're going to be amazed at what you've seen that we've been able to provide.
That was made from the 31,000.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And let me tell you this: the failing fake news Bakersfield Californian, it's the same old song and dance with these guys. Tisha Perez is obviously low-hanging fruit. She has her own problems. It's just another attempt to build up this news story. It created this. So, they're doing exactly what they want to do. They just want more likes on their Facebook. That's all they want.
Well, the reason we're interviewing you is because we want to get this side.
Listen,
and I want you to think we're fair.
I'm giving you the inside. I've got my own cameras going. We all know it's fair. I've got the full interview. So I know what I'm telling you is totally accurate. And I feel confident doing it on camera. So when you're done, I'm going to show you all the payroll. I'll provide everything to you. We didn't have nothing to hide. It's the fake news. They have something to hide. And I'll tell you what they've done, I think, is very unfair. Because the tripartisan PAC, although I don't know what they did with that ad, I have no business with that. I don't know who did it. Did something, you're going to have to ask them. But for the money that we took, we provided a service that not only benefited Kern County, but benefited our public safety. And I believe that the officers are feeling the benefits of that, our work. I feel like there's lots of young people that have come together. We've seen politicians debate in public. We've done a lot of good work with that money. And, I feel good about it.
Right.
And by the way, if those guys want to come by anytime, I'll show them everything I'm about to show you so they can see what their money went for, and hopefully they give some more, because it was a very, very good deal that we provided for them.
Fair enough. And I do want to ask quickly, sidetrack. First of all, did Supervisor Perez, is it fair to say that she misled these two businessmen?
I don't think so. I think, in my experience, Letitia is a pretty straight shooter. She's solid. She really has the community benefit in her heart. I think she's a good person. And I think that she's been treated unfairly by the fake news California.
Is there a reason why she's shutting down the super PAC?
Well, I think that, under the current, atmosphere, I think she feels bad to the donors because they think that, even though it's a misunderstanding, I think she feels bad. And, I don't know why they shut it down, but it's unfortunate because I thought it was a good PAC. It really did a good thing and brought a lot of kids together. And, we've got lots of people out, influencers, people walking and talking, and it's exactly what we're out to do. So
And finally, what can you tell me about Diane P. Clayton Alejandro?
Diane, she's been around for a long time. She's a fantastic campaign manager. I know she works closely with some unions.
What do you mean campaign manager?
She runs campaigns. She's a professional campaign manager. So, we worked with her over the years a couple of times. That's why we're one of their vendors. She calls us when they need some stuff done. So.
Now how is she related to Leticia Perez?
Oh, I have no idea. I never knew they were related, but I can tell you that she's super pro. I don't know, maybe Leticia has lots of family, by the way. I think she's related to 30 or 40 people in town. And some of those people are professionals, they're church pastors, they're in politics, lots of people, big families. But I can tell you that Diane is super pro. She's a great lady. She's an older lady, not too much older, by the way. So, but she's sharp and she's a legit lady. So.
She told us when we called her, no comment. She hung up the phone immediately. She might have something to hide.
Well, do you blame her? Look what the freaking local rap did to her. Do you blame her for, the Bakersfield, Californian, the local fake news? Look what they've done with my words. I gave them the words. They said they sent them a statement yesterday. I heard from Diane. She said, we sent this full statement. They only printed a piece of the statement. They didn't print the part where it says TJ did not produce that ad. They conveniently left that out. So you can understand that she may want to communicate through email. But let me tell you, I'm not an email kind of guy. I like to let people know, like the local fake news, Bakersfield, California. I like to let them know face to face what I think of them. So.
I told Diane that I want to share her story and that I care about getting her side, and 17 News cares about that, and she still said no comment.
Well, you have to understand how she's been treated. So I'm sure her trust is bad. She doesn't have any trust in the local news. And hopefully your story tonight will change that. So maybe she'll feel like, oh, these guys are fair and balanced. But we know that the Bakersfield, Californian, vote no on all three pot measures, vote yes on Gavin Newsom. It's a nightmare. That place is a wreck. And they're failing. We all know that.
And Diane, by the way, happens to be a signatory on Measure K?
Yeah, I'm a supporter of Measure K. Diane's a big supporter of Measure K. Lots of people support Measure K. Public safety, lots of people support Measure K. It's the best measure. I mean, the other two are really dangerous, right? Unlimited pot shops. I don't want that in my town.
Does this super PAC at all have anything to do with marijuana?
We didn't do anything for the PAC on marijuana specifically. But I don't know. I don't run the PAC, so maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I can tell you that as far as I go, my concern was simply to do exactly what we did: raise awareness, get people out in the ballot and the polls, and get people involved. And that's exactly what we did. And by the way, we did a great job of it. So.
And my only other question I have before asking if there's anything you would like to add is, what did Supervisor Perez tell you about this super PAC?
Well, I haven't had much conversation with her about the super PAC. She definitely was involved. She's always been involved in the tripartisan messaging. It's kind of her message, the Purple Center. She helped us with the debate last year. She was a big part of that, connecting the young Democrats and the young Republicans together to make that happen. So Perez has always been a Purple Center valleycrat, so to speak, leader. I mean, she has Kern County, values. Although she's a Democrat, she has our values. She's not a Gavin Newsom type Democrat.
Is there any chance that she might have even been a little bit dishonest with these two businessmen?
I don't think so. I mean, if you look at what they donated and you look at what we spent and what we spent it on, essentially every penny of their money went for exactly what was supposed to happen. So,
well, what about the ad targeting David Couch and Donald?
I mean, remember, you look at what they donated and what they donated for, and then you look at what Rodriguez donated and what he donated for. You can see back to a lot of stuff. And if you know anything about how a campaign is run, one group is going to do the mailers, one group's going to do the polling. We do viral social media. We're the best in the business. The very best, maybe one of the best in the state at providing viral social media. That's what we do, okay? So, and we get paid a handsome dollar to make that happen. It takes a lot. It's an orchestrated event. Lots of people out in the public. Lots of influencers, out and about, talking, going live. Stuff like it's a different game. It doesn't all go to TV ads. It doesn't all go to the radio or the mailboxes like it used to. It's a different game, and social media is where it's at. We're actually the best at what we do in the Central Valley, maybe one of the best in the state. And I can tell you that we delivered from the money that we took. It looks about the same as the money that they donated. Almost right on the money. I think GB did 25 and Haddad did 5 from the fake news report that I saw. I don't know if that's accurate because I don't really believe those guys. But I can tell you that.
Well, our documents corroborate the claim.
Okay, so I mean the money we got paid went to 100% that. I don't know what Rodriguez's money went for. It looks maybe like he approved of that ad, you know. So I would tell Haddad and Mojibi that their money was well spent. And if they'd like to meet, we can meet any minute, any time, and go over everything we did. So
I just want to be clear one more time. None of the $31,300 that the super PAC paid you went at all to the commercial targeting David Couch and President Trump?
I can confidently tell you, not one penny. Not one penny. And there's a clear, the PAC will tell you the same thing. I wouldn't partake in that against Couch. Couch is my friend. Sometimes I'll take a conflict if the job is against one of my friends. For instance, Rudy Salas. I would never take a job to hit Rudy Salas because he's my friend. I think he's good for Kern County. Maybe Couch is good or maybe he's not good, but he's still my friend. I don't think I would do that. And I actually told them that I'm not interested in any IE work. So my job was strictly to bring awareness and unite people. So.
And you'll produce us the ads, the thousand vote ads that you make?
1,000%. You're gonna love them too, by the way.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, not at all, man. Except for we should do a GoFundMe so the people of Bakersfield can buy out the Californian and get rid of those liberal hacks over there.
Was this a fair interview?
I think it's fair and balanced, man. I think it's good.
Thanks for taking
Yeah,
the time.
no problem, man.
Appreciate that.